باشد.
His father was very warm-hearted and explained about Aliakbari's younger years.
چند وقت بود که اومده بودم تهران. اول بار من اومدم تهران
Since early childhood, Muhammad has been endowed with a special power, a power which was particularly effective on animals. At times, he could stop birds or cats just by staring at them. He had an ability to domesticate them right on the spot.
I accompanied Aliakbari's mother to pay their old house a visit. The streets and alleys still had a touch of the old days. Aliakbari had spent the first 7 years of his life in this place.
که اونجاست.
بله این خونه با ما آشناست. مادر دکتر اکبری هستم. اینجا یه روزی میشستیم این طرف تلویزیون اومدن اکبری در بعد کنی رو ببندی طرف.
Of course, the building had been renovated, but its new owners were quite willing to allow us in.
Well, after that, tell me what happened. When did you start using this special God-given force that you have?
I left Iran for France at the age of 18. In France, a number of scientists and specialists conducted some experiments on me. At first, professors at the University of CNRS and Mr. Rebi Chaubin conducted some experiments. In Geneva, the Institute of Monsieur and Madame Audier performed over 9,000 tests. The results of all these tests were quite positive. The American University Princeton carried out similar tests later. All these examinations certified my extraordinary powers.
و سپس فهمیدم که این نیرو میتونه کارگرساز باشه برای بیماری‌ها.
talk to some specialists.
Specialists?
Yeah, specialists, to know whether this is scientific or not.
What he does?
Yeah, that is important. Don't forget it.
این پدیده در حال حاضر به نظر یک پدیده نوعی میرسه که البته
Whenever a new phenomenon emerges, which cannot be conveniently explained within the confines of natural sciences, it is bound to stir up controversy. Some tend to ridicule the whole thing or show some resistance. This phenomenon appears to be something totally new. But the fact of the matter is that it has existed since time immemorial. Just these days, more enthusiasm is being shown towards this kind of phenomenon.
در مقابلش مقاومت ایجاد میشه و در نهایت مورد
Whenever we are talking about scientific matters, we see ourselves limited to issues that are not recognized by all. For example, we feel no restriction in talking about mesmerism, personal magnetism, and energy therapy, which has on many occasions proved to have positive results. However, we have to prove they are part of medicine. It is still not clear whether or not methods of this kind are scientific. Research should be carried out to make sure that the positive results of these methods can be repeated. We might also get to know whether one can necessarily teach these methods to others. The main question that puzzles mind is whether these methods can on the whole be termed scientific or not.
On the whole, as far as I know, energy therapy has at times had positive results, but generally speaking, the scope of its results has been quite limited. In some cases, patients have even begun to feel worse after undergoing energy therapies. I believe that my colleagues, all physicians, should conduct in-depth research into a particular method and then either accept or reject it.
در حقیقت ابتدا که من این مطلب رو شنیدم با ناباوری باهاش برخورد کردم.
At first, when I heard of this method, I found it to be radically different from the other methods I knew. Actually, I found it in contradiction to those methods. After conducting a series of investigations, I realized there were indeed scientific aspects to it. I understood that there actually were people in the world who did enjoy this ability to perform awe-inspiring feats, or in other words, they were moving ahead of science. By observing Dr. Aliakbari's work firsthand, I noticed that there were some scientific aspects to what he does. This is because when he runs his fingers across his patients' faces, he transmits some of his essential body heat to his patients. The end result of this is that at times patients feel an alleviation in their physical ailments, so in a way that they feel like their pain has been cured somehow.
I personally believe that there are some conservative people around the world who tend to oppose whatever is new in science. With regard to energy therapy, it can be said that although it has been practiced for quite a while, it has still not been able to find its place in medicine. But the question is this: how long should it take for a method to be established? 1 year, 10 years, 50 years, 150 years, 2,000 years? In any case, at one time or another, the different aspects of this method should be clarified once and for all.
I was still curious. I still had a lot of unanswered questions. I had just realized that I have stepped foot on a long and mysterious road.